Chris Cash Show.
Chris and Cash podcast.
It's Thursday, April 12th, 2018. We got playoffs. Houston, we got playoffs.
Houston, we got playoffs.
He's looking at his phone. So we got the Bruins in action with
Playoffs?
Toronto. We got the Celtics. We know who they're going to play. It's going to be the Milwaukee Bucks. First time in a series with Milwaukee since '87, so it's been a while. Last
A
time
little bit, Scotty?
Last time the Bruins played Toronto, you all remember, it was 5 years ago. They were down like 14 goals with like a minute left and won. That was hyperbole, clearly. Got any predictions?
For these series?
For these two series? I have mine. I want to know if you did.
To be honest, they could go anyway.
I agree, but you don't have... Got nothing.
Bruins in 7, Celtics in 7.
Okay.
Are you happy?
Yeah.
I'm not even sure I really believe that, but...
So it's 1-1 in the second right now. Bruins got a power play early, Marchand. And I don't even know who scored for Toronto because I wasn't paying attention. I think the Bruins are going to lose the series. I didn't like the way they ended the season. Marchand had a goal tonight, but the line of Marchand, Bergeron, and Pasternak hasn't really done much lately. And Toronto has a lot of speed in the neutral zone. Plus, like Toronto's like 8-0-1 in the last 9 against the Bruins.
They're the worst matchup the Bruins.
So I think
really
it's the worst matchup they could have had.
I mean, for a first-round matchup.
Yeah, Rick Nash is back on the line with Krejci and DeBrusk, I think it is. So I mean that's going to be a big lift, but we don't know how he's looking. We actually got the game on in the background. The wild card in the series for me is still Rask. I just don't trust the guy.
Whoa.
So
what do you need to win in
this
hockey?
playoff series? You need you need a hot goalie.
That's it. No, I mean that's not it.
This playoff season for me is put up or shut up time for Tuukka Rask. All right, I don't want to see like any diarrhea like randomly in the fourth game and like I can't play. Like I don't want to see any of that. And I mean that literally.
Look,
like,
he did pretty good in this cup run, like to the finals.
Well, he was very, very mediocre against Toronto. They should have lost that series, even though they're up 3-1. He was good against the Rangers, and they swept Pittsburgh, and he was good. He was good the first couple of games against Chicago.
That was a great game.
Which game?
Toronto Game 7.
Yeah. Claude was getting fired the next day.
Yeah.
If that score held.
I think I was writing like a piece about Claude getting fired.
You were. I remember it.
I was like, do, and everyone was like, Claude's getting fired, and then it was like, no, he's not.
Bergeron saved his ass. We're going to see what Rask is made of, because this team, unlike the last few years where they weren't good enough, this team's good enough to win a Stanley Cup. They're as good as anybody. So this is going to be on Rask.
They're up there.
You disagree?
I don't know if I'd say they're as good as anybody.
Name a team that's clearly better. I can't. Granted, I
don't think Vegas is better?
Granted, I'm not a puckhead, but I can't think of a name that's like head and shoulders better than the Bruins.
You don't think Vegas is better?
No, I don't.
You think Tampa Bay is better?
They're expansion team.
Even if it's a little bit?
The Bruins match up well with Tampa Bay. I would welcome them in a playoff series.
You don't think they're a better team?
Pittsburgh's Pittsburgh's
more talented.
They have more talent. They have more high-end talent. There's no question. Overall, I don't think that they're the best team.
That's what you need.
They pasted Philly 7-0 last night, so they were in high gear. But I actually don't think Toronto was the worst matchup the Bruins could have drawn. I think the worst matchup is still Washington. I couldn't tell you the last time they beat the Washington Capitals in the game.
I don't think it's ever happened in the history of the Bruins.
They never beat them. No, they
beat
played.
them.
No, like the numbers are ridiculous. Like the last regular season win against them was like 4 years ago, something absurd like that. And actually, Buffalo was the worst team in the East this year, and the Bruins couldn't beat them. So it's very odd, but. No, I mean, maybe you can make a case for Nashville. Pittsburgh's the defending Stanley Cup champ, but I don't think there's any team that you could say is head and shoulders better. I don't. So, last few years, Tuukka hasn't had the team. He has the team now. So, anything to add before we move on from the Bruins? We just did our Bruins segment.
That you hate French Canadians?
That's not true.
Aren't you part French Canadian?
No.
I thought everyone around here was part French Canadian.
Pretty much everyone is. Do you want to move on to the Celtics?
Do I want to move on to the Celtics? I mean, I don't know. We can keep talking about the Bruins.
I have nothing more to add.
I know. I have your paperwork right here.
See, I thought that was your own stuff. I didn't know you were just going to copy.
No, I just printed out what you sent me.
Oh.
You actually prepped. You never prep. You're always like, we'll just wing it. We don't need rules. We don't need to prep. We don't need structure.
Without exaggeration, I had 5 minutes of time today, and I actually took the time to write some stuff down. My prediction is Toronto in 7. O'Keefe just gave you the Bruins in 7.
Look, I'm not even saying that they're going to definitely win either. I'm just saying might as well go with the home team.
And the Iceman just said the Bruins look lousy. So my back is to it, so I can't exactly watch it. So
it's pretty boring.
It's a commercial.
Stat Boy says it's very boring.
Commercial. Yeah, we can talk about the Celtics if you want to talk about.
Sure, let's talk about the Celtics. So they're going to get Milwaukee in the first round. I thought.
Which, by the way, I don't think that's the. I think Miami was the easiest matchup.
See, I disagree. I think Milwaukee.
I just wanted to avoid Washington.
I think Milwaukee is, and I'll tell you why. We're in agreement there. We don't need to elaborate. Washington, based on personnel, was the worst matchup with Wall and Beal and Gortat and Otto Porter and go on down the line. Morris. So that was the worst matchup. Miami was the second easiest matchup for me because they actually have a head coach who has a clue. All right. Milwaukee's head coach after Jason Kidd got fired is Joe Prutney. Who is that dude?
That's not the point.
Who is he?
Okay. Brogdon's healthy now. Okay. They still have Chris Middleton.
Good shooter.
He's a good player. I mean, and Jabari Parker's healthy now. Your boy Jabari. Today. Until he rips his knee like game 2. But, and Giannis is the best player.
I can't even laugh about that because it might happen.
It's true. It's going to happen. We've talked about this. You never want to really play the best player in a series.
We talked about that last week. But when you look at what's around him.
But who's Miami's best player?
Probably Dragic.
Maybe Whiteside.
That's another reason.
I think you could argue that the Celtics have players that are as good, if not better.
The Celtics have no bigs. Whiteside would have grabbed every board in sight. He's not a real big.
Could have scored 85 points the other night, Aaron Baines, if they just rode him. They should have rode him the whole game.
I got that text. It's like, I hope he scores 85. I wasn't even watching.
He had 12 points, like 14 points in the first quarter. I was like, just keep feeding him. They fed him the whole game. He could have had a bajillion points. I mean, no one cared in that game.
That just goes to show you how bad Brooklyn is. The Celtics didn't even try to win the game. They punted the game, and they still
punted the game. Yeah, they sat people, but
they sat everybody.
Dude, Brooklyn sucks too.
So for those scoring at home, Brooklyn's going to get the 8th worst. Well, they finished with the 8th worst record, so they have the 8th best odds to win the lottery.
Yeah, so they're going to finish 1, 2, 3, or 8.
Right. Well, no, they can go lower, right? They could go 9 or 10. Yeah.
The chance of them going 9 or 10.
That means
low.
That means teams 9 through 14, 2 of them would have to jump into the top 3.
The lowest they could go is 11.
No, 10, right?
No. Because if 12, 13, 14 got like the top 3 picks, it doesn't happen. But
yeah, that's ridiculous.
It could happen though.
That'd be insane.
It's possible. It's just not likely at all.
Phoenix pulled off one of the biggest ultimate tank jobs I've ever seen this year, so they deserve the first pick.
That's why I can't wait till they actually. They're not doing the Chris O'Keefe fix, which remember my plan.
Yeah, well,
I want the 8 seeds, the 7 seeds, the 9s, and the 10s to get the best odds of the lottery. I don't mind the lottery. I just think that playoff teams should get the best odds. Have a good one, Stat Boy.
Good night, All
right, so the proposal that has gotten the most attention the last several years.
Oh, fuck the wheel. Don't even say the wheel.
Well, the lottery wheel.
No.
Here's my problem with the lottery wheel.
That's why the wheel doesn't work.
Well, exactly.
They fixed the lottery a little bit this year. Well, next year.
There were two reasons the lottery wheel wouldn't work. Number one, it has to be transparent. What I mean by that, if there's like a generational player, and if he ends up in the Lakers or the Knicks, that's going to smell fishy, right? You're gonna say, really? Best player in like 20 years, and he ends up in the Lakers, really? Well, no. Well, that's the thing. Sure, maybe it was really supposed to be like the Memphis Grizzlies, but they're just going to lie and say it was the Lakers. That's the point.
People are smart enough to track over the years. Plus, they probably have it planned out. It's like a schedule, Scotty.
Well, that's the other thing. The only way that the wheel would work is if it was transparent, and you knew the year in advance who was getting the first pick. But you can't do that either. Let's say said generational player is a freshman in college. If he plays one more year in college, he can go to the Lakers. But if he comes out this,
right, but my point is
he's going to go to the Atlanta Hawks.
It only takes them 29 years for people to know the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Oh, because we just have 3 decades to waste on the friggin' lottery.
No, but if like the first year is Philly, like okay, and then the next year is LA, like now you know Philly doesn't get it for 30 more years. Oh, now LA doesn't get it for 30. You know what I mean? Philly's in 29. Like people are smart enough to be like, oh, if this is the year of the dragon, the next year of the dragon is in 7 years or whatever the fuck the Chinese calendar is. You know
Knowing the Celtics' luck, when their year came up, it'd be like Anthony Bennett would be the first pick. That's kind of luck to have.
That would have to be Danny Ainge drafted poorly.
It's happened
I
before.
feel bad for Anthony Bennett.
Kelly Olynyk.
Yeah.
As I said earlier, though, I'm not going to kill him for that because no one knew that Antetokounmpo. I remember when they
I
drafted.
did want Giannis though.
I didn't know. About
I just wanted them to take a you know what I
wanted
like.
to take
I
a
like
chance,
athleticism and chances.
When you're in the middle of the first round, just take a shot.
right,
At somebody.
I
know
like
what you
the
mean.
person with the most potential at the top of the draft. Or I just like athletic guys. Because if they don't work, so what? They're in the middle of the draft. Like,
Well, yeah, but then you got a Kedrick Brown situation. You took the best athlete and you can't play. That was my problem with the Jaylen Brown pick. I didn't think he could play. Like, every time I watched him, he sucked. I mean,
got better though.
he did get better.
Got a lot better.
He did get better. I'm still not, like, the biggest Jaylen Brown fan ever, but he, like...
I didn't say you were, but
Let me put it this way. Let me put it this way.
It's not me trying to be an asshole.
Jaylen Brown is better than Andrew Wiggins. He is. I'm sorry.
No.
I would rather have Andrew Wiggins. I'd rather have Jaylen Brown.
No.
Sorry.
That's bold.
Nope. Dude, I don't like Andrew Wiggins.
Wiggins isn't that bad, man.
Even you said the other day he's regressed.
He has regressed. Part of that, though, is look, now they have an alpha, a guy that can play as the alpha in Jimmy Butler. He's now their alpha over Towns and Wiggins. I don't think he's a better player than Towns necessarily. Just
Towns is the best player on the team.
He dominates the ball, so he's become their alpha.
I actually flipped over and watched that overtime last night.
I watched that game.
He was invisible in overtime. I don't think he touched the ball. Wiggins.
They don't run things for him anymore.
It was all Butler and Towns in overtime.
It's mostly Butler.
And Teague.
It was almost all Butler. Everything gets run through Butler. Butler always had the ball. What was aggravating the shit out of me in that game was Jokic would like get raped and punched in the face by Taj Gibson. They wouldn't call a foul, which is fine if you want to call it that way because they were letting him be pretty physical. Then if someone like grazed Jimmy Butler's finger, they were like 3 shots. I was like, it was a layup.
Which is weird because that dispels the whole market theory and the market conspiracy because Denver's a bigger market than Minneapolis is.
I really don't think that. I think what happens is home court.
I mean, it doesn't. It's going to be 4 games, so it doesn't. Maybe 5, so it doesn't matter. All right, I've seen enough of Houston to know that there's only one team that's going to stand in their way of winning a championship. That's it.
The Celtics.
I tell you, if the Celtics are healthy and they got there, they would have given them a series, if not won it. But they're just not healthy.
I actually think Houston has a wicked hard road.
Wicked hard.
It is, though. They have to face Minnesota, who's now way better than normal.
What are the matchups? So they're going to play Minnesota in the first round.
They're going to win in 6.
Then they're going to get OKC or Utah.
They're going to get OKC, because OKC is going to beat Utah with home court and the way that their team's structured. Okay?
I don't believe in OKC, but sure. They have
but OKC has enough stars.
I know.
I'm going to tell you this right now. While I love Harden, and I think Harden is a top 3 to 5 player for sure, and he deserves MVP, and I've told you for the past 4 years he's a top 3 to 5 player. Russell Westbrook is like Harden's kryptonite.
Westbrook's a better player than Harden. That's my.
I don't even know if I'll go there. But when it comes to being able to defend the other player, Russell Westbrook can cover Harden like no one else in the league can. Because Russell Westbrook is long, athletic, and knows everything Harden does.
And he gives a shit. Something Harden never does.
It's not even about that. LeBron can't cover Harden. No one else can cover Harden.
LeBron can't cover anyone right now. He's old.
It's not like Curry can't cover anybody anyway, so that's dumb.
By the way,
but no one can cover Harden.
I have friends who
KD can't cover Harden. Kawhi can't cover Harden. I
have friends who are Sixer fans, right? None of them want LeBron. None of them.
Well, they need shooters. They don't need LeBron.
They don't want LeBron.
Ben Simmons is awesome.
That's gonna take the ball out of Simmons' hand.
Right.
I hope he goes to Philly. It'll wreck that whole team.
It will, because
it'll get the Celtics.
Simmons needs the ball. Fultz needs the ball. Embiid isn't like a spot-up shooter.
It'll ruin their team. I hope it happens. I want him to go to either Philly or LA. Destroy either franchise. Beautiful.
You know he's still possibly the best player in the league, right?
He's a tornado. He leaves a mess in his wake when he leaves. And he will leave.
But he wins you a ring, though.
They're not winning the ring.
I didn't say Cleveland's winning a ring this year. I said if he goes to Philly or LA, they could conceivably win a ring in the next few years.
LA's not winning a ring with him.
If LA signs him and another star,
He's going to be 34 in December. People realize that, right?
still the best player in the league. And on paper, in a vacuum, possibly still the best player in the league.
I think the best player in the league, honestly, might be in New Orleans. And I'm dead serious.
No, if you made me say today, like, all right, you have a 7-game series, you're going to draft one player who's going to try his hardest to win that series, and you're going to build a team off that one player. Draft anyone in the league just for this one. Like, all right, you need to win a series, just a series, okay?
Just a series?
I'm drafting LeBron first, before Durant, before Harden, before Westbrook, before Curry, before Kawhi, even if he was healthy, before AD. I mean, I don't know who else we should say is top of the league. Those are like the top players right there. Giannis, drafting before Giannis. Those are the top, what is that, 9 players? Let's see. LeBron, Curry, KD, Westbrook, Harden, Kawhi, AD, Giannis. Did I name somebody else?
LeBron wasn't the best player in last year's finals. I know that. It was Durant.
It's different.
It is different because he was
surrounded by talent,
shooters.
so it was different. It was completely different.
So he had a bunch of open jumpers.
You have to make the teams equal. Like they quadruple team LeBron, and like even when he passed out, like there was only so much.
It was LeBron and Kyrie versus the whole team. I get it, but I think I would still take Davis. I think I'd still take him. All right, so we sort of touched on this last week. I said in December I thought Philly was in better shape than the Celtics, and I know we've been up, down, and around this, just based on Embiid and Simmons.
I disagree, though.
Do you think the Sixers have surpassed them?
No.
Why?
Well, time out. We have to go presume. We're going to presume health.
Sure.
So Embiid's healthy. Simmons stays healthy. Okay. Fultz is healthy. Everybody's healthy. Now, we also going to presume player growth.
Put Brown and Tatum?
Well, if you're going to tell me Simmons and Embiid are going to get better.
Simmons and Embiid are going to get better. Fultz is going to get better, we think, if he can remember how to shoot a basketball.
He's gotten better already at the end of the year. Like, not that I'm saying he's great.
His shot doesn't look the same, but he has gotten better. Let's put it this way. He's not going like this anymore.
Yeah. He's gotten better.
Brown and Tatum are going to be better next year. There's no question.
Okay. So, presume that Hayward and Kyrie are healthy and as good as they were before. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Just throw that presumption out there. We're going to presume Tatum
and you know what?
and Brown.
I'm erring on the side of caution, but there's every indication that that's going to be the case. That they're going to be healthy and ready to go.
We're going to presume that everyone grows on their current trajectory.
Sure.
Which is impossible, but so Tatum grows from being a rookie. Simmons grows from being a rookie. Embiid grows. He's not going to grow as much because he's been in the league for a few years now.
Simmons is going to be frightening if he can figure out how to shoot a jumper.
But Tatum and Brown, if they both grow, will be frightening. With Kyrie.
They already are.
And with Horford and with Hayward, that's a dominant team right there. I don't think you can sit there and say... Could you say Philly could rival the Celtics? Sure. Are they ahead? No. They're not ahead.
For me, it just gets back to the bigs. The Celtics just don't have the bigs to deal with someone like Embiid in the series. They don't.
Okay.
Now,
but it's just Embiid.
Now, let's say this.
Who deals with Kyrie? Ben Simmons can't cover Kyrie.
Kyrie can't cover Simmons either.
That's true, but I'd put Brown on him.
Well, you stop Simmons by forcing him on the perimeter. You can't let him drive.
I'd put Brown on him. Brown's very athletic.
Yeah, but it's for me, it almost...
Have Kyrie cover the shooting guard. So what?
Yeah, but for me, it almost feels like...
Kyrie's defense sucks anyways, right? We know that.
It kind of... Right, that's why I would put him on Simmons.
Look at this. LeBron averaged 33.6, 12, and 10 last year.
Look, I want to talk about Boston and Philly. I don't care about last year's finals. I don't care anymore. Golden State's like, oh, they end Golden State. They're probably going to win it again. Probably just going to win it again as soon as Kyrie gets back. I don't care. They're champions. They've been there. They know how to win. Houston's never been there. I know you hate that argument.
Well, that argument sucks because it doesn't make sense because then no one knew would ever win. It would just be the Celtics win the championship every year.
Yeah.
Celtics got to win it because no one else knows how to win. They never won. It's like at some point even the Celtics hadn't won a championship.
A long, long time ago.
KG and Pierce won their first championship at some point, right?
Yeah.
Before that, they weren't champions. They never done it before. Don't know why they do it this year. It's the best fucking team.
Here's my point, though. I think Brown... Tatum's a very good defender. I think Brown might be a little bit better defensively. I'm just comparing apples
Than
to
Tatum.
apples here.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not even saying who was better this year. I think he has more.
And Tatum was
talent.
Tatum was very good. I was
Tatum's
surprised.
very long.
I was surprised how good defensively he was.
Tatum's deceptively long.
He is. He's deceptively quick too. He's got that Paul Pierce like athleticism and quickness.
The Bengals should be playing ahead of Donato.
Yeah. Your dad's pissed.
He's just gonna keep doing this.
Oh,
He loves Donato. He has like a raging Donato in his pants.
is he really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he's Italian. I don't even know.
'Cause he's Italian.
I don't even know if he is or not.
Sounds like it.
I mean, that's in a vowel. So does Shapiro.
Shapiro. O'Keefe.
Oh, I wish Craig was down here for that. Hey, O'Keefe. O'Keefe.
O'Keefe. Gotta be Italian.
That's the best thing Tyler ever came up with. O'Keefe Rally. All right.
That should be a penalty. There we go. Oh, then he drilled him.
I didn't even see it. I got my back to the thing. All right, so let just for the sake of it, let's do the matchups. All right, I don't know if I'd have Brown on Simmons. Simmons is going to hurt you in a half court unless he posts up. So if that's your rationale for having Brown on him in the half court, then I guess that makes sense.
Well, Brown's just long enough and athletic enough to keep him from driving and kicking all the
But
time.
he can't shoot. I don't think he could shoot over me.
Right, so you don't have to prevent him from shooting. You prevent him from driving in and creating plays.
So you're not okay. I get what you're saying.
I don't care if he shoots threes all day and Brown just goes like this while he shoots threes.
I don't think Simmons has even attempted a three, has he?
He hasn't hit a three all year. I think he's attempted like 11 or 9 or something.
And that form is. I'm sorry, that form is.
Right, if he ever learns to shoot
Oof.
there's two players that have the most potential going forward right now in my eyes in the league.
Antetokounmpo
And Simmons.
And Davis. Davis is there already.
Davis is older.
Do you think he could? I don't know. Do you think he could get better? It's like a frightening
Davis?
thought. But do you
Davis
think
is
he could?
older. I don't know. Davis might have already peaked. Like, I'm not downing Davis. You know, I have a raging heart on for Davis. I love Davis.
I think
would love the Celtics. If the Celtics could get one player to add to their core currently, but you'd have to want Davis.
I think
You would.
Ainge masturbates to him every night. I think it's got.
Oh, Davis. And watcher Brad just sits there and watching. He goes, I don't know if I can coach him. Is he a good enough guy? People that haven't listened or the whole time, or people that don't remember the old shows, so watcher Brad.
Correction. That's 6 okay.
I mean, he's 25. He could still improve. But
26. He just turned 26. Oh no. He just turned 25. Excuse me. Oh,
I'm not saying he couldn't improve, but what's Antetokounmpo? 23.
Yeah.
And Simmons is 21.
Look him up.
Yeah, he's 23.
I think he was born in '94. I wrote the song in '94.
Antetokounmpo. What's your stats? Giannis.
23.
He'll be 24 in December. Think about that.
He's like a weirdo, by the way.
He's so weird, but it's cool. Whatever.
But
Dude, Monty Bennett was weird.
No. What I mean by weirdo is that they were like, oh, like he's gonna end up in the Lakers. Like, I don't want to go to LA. Why the hell would I want to go there?
Right, he's fucking weird.
No, like he's like, I'm happy in Milwaukee. I love this place. Like
Marty
it's
Bennett.
Milwaukee.
First of all, he's from Greece. It's different.
Yeah, Milwaukee's probably like New York City to him. Like after being in Greece.
He's like, the weather in Milwaukee's so nice. We're like, dude, you lived on the Mediterranean. You know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about?
No, Milwaukee's actually like a cool city, but I'm also white, so it doesn't count.
Oh, Bruins scored. Backus?
Was it Backus or
I didn't see.
Krug?
It looked like Backus. I couldn't really tell for sure.
It looked like 47. I don't have my glasses on. Was it Krejci?
No, I didn't think so.
Oh, it was Backus.
It was, right?
Right in front of the net.
Yeah.
Went right off his skate. Lucky bounce.
Hey,
That's what it comes down to.
you have to be where you have to be, though. That was a great possession.
Rather be lucky than good, but it's better
No,
to be
that was
both.
still some talent. I mean, obviously, there's some luck, too. But
It like went off the skate and he's like, oh, here it is.
well, no, he kicked it forward off his skate to his stick. It bounced off the other guy first. Obviously, there's luck involved in every single sport. We admit this, right?
Yep.
It has to be.
Mhm.
But you got to be good and lucky. And being good creates your luck to some extent.
All right. The other thing I wanted to end on this with. People don't realize that Philly gets LA's pick this year, unless it's number 1. If it's 2 to 3, the Celtics get it. Then if it's 4 or lower, Philly gets it.
Yeah.
So Philly is going to get a top 10 pick probably this year. The Celtics are going to get a top 10 pick next year. So they each have draft capital going forward. It's not just their respective cores right now. They have other draft picks coming. The Celtics have
The
that
Celtics
Memphis
could
pick,
also get the Memphis pick. It's top 8 protected next year.
and then the next year, I think it's unprotected. There's
No,
some like crazy
it's top
thing
8
on
protected next year, top 6 protected the year after that. It's unprotected in 2021, I believe.
There's like some crazy protections on it.
It's unprotected in
The only
2021.
thing, like, here's my point: can the Celtics determine when they get it?
No.
I don't understand like the whole like oh
What do you mean it's protected? It's top 8 protected next year, so if it's 9, they get it. As odd as it sounds, you kind of
but I'm saying like what determines if they get it in 2021 as opposed to 2019 is my question.
2019 it's top 8 protected, so
I understand that.
if it's the 8th, Memphis gets their own pick. 2020 it's top 6
I
protected,
gotcha.
so if it's the 5th, Memphis gets their own pick. In 2021, it doesn't matter what pick it is, the Celtics get it. So it keeps rolling back a year till it actually qualifies.
They're probably going to get it in 2020 then.
Well,
Would be,
it's top 6
would be,
protected.
would be my
Do you
guess.
think Memphis sucked this year?
No, I'm saying
Memphis could suck for the next 2 years.
no. I'm saying next year they're probably going to. It's probably going to be a top 8 pick because Memphis is horrible right now. I think they finished with the second worst record in the league this year. They're not going to get that much better.
The thing that sucks is they're probably going to lose the extra Clippers pick. Because the Clippers pick is 1 through 14 protected this year, so they're not getting it.
No.
Clippers are in the lottery. So it's the same as next year, 2019. And if they don't get it by next year, then it reverts to a 2020. If they don't get it, they have 2020 too. If they don't get it by then it reverts to a second round pick in 2022. So if the Clippers don't make the playoffs next few years, Celtics never getting that pick.
Is that from
It's from Doc.
from Rivers?
Dude, everything's from Doc.
They got a
From Doc and KG and Pierce, we created
they
Spoils
got
of
a
War.
they got a first
See?
in 2015.
The Celtics will get the Memphis first round pick in 2019 if it's 9 overall or later, number 7 or later in 2020. Otherwise, it's unprotected. So 2021, if Memphis is even the 3rd worst team, we could get the number 1 pick overall. We could. And Tatum and Brown could be in their primes. Kyrie could still be on the team. Horford will be expired by then. You know what I mean? You could have another draft pick from this Sacramento pick. You could have a young quality. He
has
set himself
it
up. He's
Yep.
smart. I mean, granted, I still would have liked to keep the Brooklyn pick too, because if you don't win this year or next year, then the Kyrie deal is a waste. I'm sorry. Same with the Chris Sale deal and everything that is cross sport, but
Bit different in baseball. No cap in baseball.
they better win this year or next year.
They're not going to.
Then
They're not winning this year.
Then they're not going to win.
Red Sox are a good team, and by all means, if the Red Sox win the World Series and prove me wrong, that's great. It's great for the city. It's great for all of us. Terrific. Great for the show. The Red Sox aren't winning the World Series this year. They're not.
Great for the show. So much publicity. But this is the thing, though. If the Red Sox don't win the World Series this year, next year, you've cut your own window short. They got rid of all their awesome farm. They made all these trades for older guys with lots of salary. What's going to happen with Betts and Bogarts and all these guys?
I'm going to make a
You're
prediction.
going to have to pay them $1 billion, right?
I'm going to make a prediction right now.
Am I right or wrong here?
You're right.
Between Betts, Bogarts, and everyone else on the roster, are they going to have $1 billion in salary at some point? I don't mean in 1 year, but I mean like in future salary. They're going to have $1 billion in salary. They're going to have to sign Bogarts to $250 million, Betts to $300 million deal. You know what I mean?
I'm going to make a bold prediction now. While the
How much is Betts going to get for a deal when he's finally up?
Hear me up. The Red Sox are going to have a new right fielder in 2019.
Okay. It's going to be Bryce Harper. Come on.
I think that's why they've stayed quiet for a couple of years. I think
Why? They have the highest payroll in baseball.
I think they're going to give him Fort Knox.
The highest payroll in baseball.
To be fair, a lot of that is because the Yankees and Dodgers have slashed salary.
A lot of teams slash salary comparatively.
Okay?
But this is the thing, though. You could argue that the Yankees are already ahead of the Red Sox, like you could argue that Philly's ahead of the Celtics. And both the Celtics and the Red Sox,
the
their
Yankees,
GMs have shortened their window. They had a great setup, and I get it. You're going for it
the Yankees have something the Red Sox don't have, and that's a farm system.
Right.
which is the polar opposite of what it was like 10 years ago.
Polar opposite of what it was 3 years ago.
The Red Sox had all the... Listen.
When Dumbo came here, what did the Red Sox have? The best farm system in baseball.
Yeah, but relatively speaking, Henry Owens. Come on. Remember, they wouldn't include Henry Owens in any deal. The guy sucked. His fastball topped off like 87.
Who did they trade for sale?
I can't remember. Yohan Moncada and...
They had Devers. At one point, they had Betts. They had...
Devers was the untouchable, actually. They got that one right. Devers is the one they wouldn't trade.
And look, they have a lot of talent. A lot of young talent still. Pedroia ever going to be the same?
No.
Is he done?
Mm-mm. He's not going to.
He's got to be close to done, you think, right? He's done?
Yeah. I don't even know what he makes. I don't even know if they could
$14 million?
buy him out of his contract or what.
He's got what, 2 more years left? 14 mil, something like that?
I don't know what he has left. Just go to Baseball Reference.
I could just go to contract.
That's my bold prediction. Bryce Harper is going to be the right fielder for the Boston Red Sox in 2019.
I mean, it's possible.
And they're going to move Mookie to center field. Bradley's ain't going to be here.
Well, to be honest, and I hate to tell you this, Grayson, Bradley's not that great.
Very good defensive outfielder.
Okay, so yeah, this is
he's a great defensive outfielder, but so is Darren Lewis. He doesn't hit.
It's not these. It's not 2 more years. It's 3 more years for Pedroia.
Yeah, he's.
It's $15 million next year, 13, and then 12, and I think it was $14 million annually. It was $13.75 million annually. So, I mean, he's probably gone, right?
I think so.
Yeah, me too.
Wrapping up the Celtics. You can either be the Celtics or Philly the next 5 years. Who do you want?
Again,
I know it's a difficult question.
No, presuming health, and but you're presuming health and you're presuming growth, without knowing anything else.
And draft picks potentially falling into place.
I want to be the Celtics. They still have more left. They have an extra pick for Sacramento. Well, it's probably going to be Sacramento. They have an extra pick from Memphis at some point. They have Tatum. They have Morris is still a good player.
Rozier, at least for 1 more year.
Rozier and Morris have 1 more year each, and they could probably try to offer. This is the thing too. They already have all these guys on bird rights or on their. They'll be able to offer them whatever the fuck they want. I mean,
well, that's a good thing because someone said to me the other day
everything can stay together.
Someone said to me the other day, Rozier's gone. I go, they got his bird rights. Not necessarily.
Yeah, they could.
Now they're gonna have to pay the luxury tax.
Yeah, they're close to luxury tax right now anyways.
Wick has been on record, and I believe him because he did it 10 years ago. He is okay with going to luxury tax if it puts him in a position to win championships.
Right. This is the thing is, if the team is completely healthy and Tatum and Brown both, another goal. Didn't see you hit it. Looked like a Pasternak maybe?
I don't know. I got my back to it.
Wasn't sure for sure.
We don't have a fancy studio with the TVs on.
No, it was a nice shot too.
It was Pasternak.
Yep.
So I said that line had to produce Pasternak and Marchand a goal each tonight. That's what the Bruins are going to need.
And
sorry, continue.
If Tatum and Brown develop, and look, who knows what they're going to be. Say they both develop into top 30 players in the league next year.
You're happy with that?
Well, you have Hayward, who's a top 20-ish player.
Kyrie, top 15-ish.
Kyrie's top 15-ish, and Horford is probably still going to be top 30 to 40. That's a championship roster. Are you definitely going to win one? No, but you can compete. You should win the East with that roster. Because then you also have Morris and Rozier off the bench, plus whoever else you sign and fill in. I might be able to give Greg Monroe a mid-level exception and keep him as a big. Now, other than Golden State, on paper, you have the most talent as any other team.
More than Houston.
Yeah. Houston has, I should rephrase that. Houston actually does have as much talent or more. They don't just have 2 guys, Houston. It looks like they have 2 guys on the surface. Houston's roster is actually...
Well, they got the Capella. They have
Capella. They have Ariza.
Right.
They have Gordon or Bledsoe.
Gordon.
Christ, it's Gordon because Bledsoe's
on Milwaukee.
Yeah, we just talked about that. They have a talented roster. Like when you actually look at it, they're really loaded. I mean, it's just those two guys are so. Like Chris Paul's still an awesome player. It's just Harden's not much better. You know what's funny to me? Paul George. They should work on making Paul George more of the alpha in certain ways on that OKC team. Paul George scored 40 last night.
See, I think Westbrook's the out.
Westbrook had like 6. Fuck, what did he have? He has like 6, 19, and 18 or something absurd or.
So I
ridiculous line.
I love Russell Westbrook. I
do too, but Paul George is just as talented. That's why when you guys were all like, "Oh, Kyrie deal's great," I was like, "But a guy like Paul George, you could have brought him in for peanuts." I mean, Oladipo ended up being good, but no one thought he was that good. No one thought he was that good.
2 or 3,
and he didn't think
but
he was that good.
2 or 3 years, could Jason Tatum be as good as Paul George? I think so.
I don't know, man. It's plausible. But
like right now, it looks like Carmelo, Paul Pierce, and Paul George like all had a threesome, and like Jason Tatum was.
They still have Nene. They have Ryan Anderson's a good player.
Gerald Green coming off the bench. R.J. Hunter, another former Celtic. They picked up Joe Johnson, but he's been
Johnson's
terrible.
9,000 years old.
He's been terrible.
He's not. He's retiring after this year. There's no way he's not.
I actually like P.J. Tucker.
They have a good team. Gerald Green actually scored a bunch of points last night. He's decent too.
I don't think they're going to win the title though. I still think. Look,
I think they could, man.
Look, it's a boring. They could, but it's a boring answer. I still think Golden State's coming out of the
Look, if they don't
coming out of the
if they don't win the title this year, they're not winning a title. It's that simple. Houston.
I'm going to give this guy a chance. I want to see what he shows me in the playoffs.
If they don't win a title this year, they never win a title. I'm sorry.
Well, because Chris Paul's already like 40, and he's going to be 40.
He's what, 31, 32?
He's older than that.
32.
He's 32? Thought he was up. Well, he's going to be 33 in like another week. Couple weeks.
Relax. He's 32.
Like I'm,
but yeah, this
like I'm old and he's older than me, so
this
you
is
know
the
he's
chance.
old.
This is the chance.
All right, so before we move on from the Celtics and Philly, because we're not going to do 5 years, it's too big a window. The next two seasons, with everyone on the current roster, take future moves, potential moves out of it. Give me your top 5 from both teams in any order.
5 players?
Yes, like how you would rank
Boston
them.
versus Philly?
Yeah, so in
presuming like growth and all that ridiculousness.
Right, so if you think Simmons is the best on both teams, Simmons would be number 1. That's what I'm getting at.
Am I doing it over the 2 years or like at the end of the 2 years?
No, from today to 2 years from today.
And I presume health and everything else.
Absolutely.
Kyrie's the best player out of everybody.
Really?
Presuming everything. Simmons next year isn't going to be the best player in the friggin'... Kyrie's better than Embiid right now.
I would have Embiid, and then I would have Kyrie.
Kyrie's better than Embiid right now. I don't think Embiid's going to grow.
Then I would have Simmons, and this one for me is really close. I'm going to give Kyrie the edge just because he can create his own shot. Simmons can't yet. I would have Embiid number 1. The reason I would have Embiid number 1, A, because of the talent, obviously, but B, there are no big guys anymore. And
plus, again, you're talking about over the 2 year stretch. I don't know that Simmons is better than Hayward.
And then I would have Tatum and Brown interchange them.
And so where's Hayward?
What?
Hayward's a top 20 player in the league, around 20-ish. Okay?
I think 2 years from now.
You think Tatum and 2 years? You didn't say 2 years from now. You said over the 2 year stretch.
I gotta.
Hayward's going to come back. If Hayward comes back next year, we're also presuming health here, Scotty. Yeah. So Simmons doesn't blow out his knee, and Embiid doesn't like lose his face, and Kyrie's knee works, and you know what I mean. Hayward's ankle is fine. Presuming health and
okay. So you'd have Kyrie. You'd have Kyrie number 1. Who's your number 2?
Embiid, and then Simmons, and then Hayward, and then it would be Tatum and Brown.
Just interchange them. I mean, they're close enough. So
yeah. I actually, again, right now, I think Brown has more total ceiling, but a much lower floor. I think Brown is better slightly right now, but I think Tatum is much more polished and has a way better offense.
You have both Tatum and Brown the next 2 years over Saric and Fultz.
Yes, I think they're going to definitely be over Saric. Saric is better than them. Oh, he's not. Saric is a good player. I don't think he has as much room to grow.
Okay.
Fultz is a wild card because Fultz could be awesome. It's just we don't know.
He also can't take a shot.
We don't know. We don't know. It's too hard to tell. But people got to remember, my cousin Eric was, and Eric, you'll be listening to this at some point. My cousin Eric is just going nuts about Donovan Mitchell.
See, I like Donovan Mitchell.
He's like, he's the next Dwayne Wade. I'm like, dude,
Listen.
you just said he's going to be Dwayne Wade, and I'm not saying he won't.
Anybody who doesn't vote for Simmons for Rookie of the Year is a blithering idiot.
Well, he didn't say he wouldn't vote for Simmons. That's not what he said. He said Simmons is special, but he said he thinks Donovan Mitchell's special. I said, look, he could be. And then he said,
See,
well, look.
I think Tatum's ceiling is higher than Mitchell's, to be fair.
Mitchell is ridiculous.
He's very good. He's very good, but
he has incredible speed. He can score. The guy can play. I'm not saying he can't play. But he said, oh, he's the next Dwayne Wade. I said, dude, you just said he's going to be a guy that had one of probably the top 5 to 10 finals performances ever. That 2006 finals by Wade is ridiculous. It's as close to Jordan as any other player's probably been in a finals. Not that being Jordan makes you the best. I mean, as close to Jordan.
I hate LeBron, but like that finals that they won.
Well, the finals that he lost is possibly his best finals. Not last year's, 2 years ago.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like 3 years ago now.
Brady's best Super Bowl is probably the one he just had.
Yeah, and he lost.
Yeah.
Like the one that LeBron, really quick, we're jumping around a little bit here, but so LeBron's
you guys are used to it.
Yeah, LeBron's last year's finals was 33.6 points, 12.0 rebounds, 10 assists, okay? Let's go to the 2016 finals, okay? LeBron in the 2016 finals.
The best final I've seen in my lifetime, by the way, was Jordan in '93. But
was 29.7, 11.3, 8.9. So slightly lower than he was last year. Last year he averaged triple-double.
Last year he had to do more.
Yeah, and then two finals ago, he was even better. Look at this.
He had to do more because Love and Kyrie were out. Keep that in mind.
Dead.
Right.
So 3 years ago now, okay?
3 years now, yeah.
Jeez. It was 35.8, 13.3, and 8.8 assists. So a little bit more points, 2 more points per game than last year. 1 more rebound per game, and an assist,
fewer.
A little over assist.
You round up to 9.
Yeah. So those 3 finals are ridiculous. Dwayne Wade in 06 was one of the greatest finals I've ever seen. It just was.
I want to look up...
he was absolutely dominant. He also got to the foul line way more than he should have, but absolutely dominant finals.
Oh, I mean...
They put him in the lineup 500 times.
That was fast. I think it was.
It may have been. Regardless, my point is,
it wasn't like 0-2, like game 6.
And then Dwayne Wade, 08, 09, 09, 010-ish. He was at a level that maybe 20 other players have ever been in their career. 20 to 30 has ever reached that peak. Okay? 30 per. I know you guys probably don't care about per. Tons of win shares.
What's it, player efficiency rate?
Yeah, a per of 30. He was just a beast. Statistical beast. Freak. What was he like? 30 points, 5 rebounds, and like 7 assists a game or something? 7.5 assists. That's a pretty good season, dude. Okay?
See,
I can't just say Mitchell's going to be that guy.
I don't know if that's fair or not, but like I got to kind of take it with a grain of salt because of the hand checking.
That gets overblown.
It doesn't.
People all the time are like, oh, Michael Jordan. Yeah, you don't understand. You know, Michael Jordan, you got hand checked, and and we were talking about this too, because then my cousin Eric said, "Well, I never thought Blake Griffin was going to be great." Well, I'm like, "Well, you probably should have based on his rookie year, because Blake Griffin's rookie year averaged 23.5 and 12.
Fucking horrible.
If you average 23.5 points and 12 plus rebounds a game as a rookie, that's pretty good, right?"
Who are you talking about?
Blake Griffin. He averaged 23.5 points and 12 rebounds as a rookie. He said all Blake Griffin did was dunk, and I'm like, a lot of guys only dunked when they were younger. Kareem only dunked when he was younger.
Kareem always had a diversified offensive game.
But he just dunked a lot. They had to outlaw dunking in college basketball because that's all he did.
Well, him and Walton. It wasn't just Kareem.
It was Kareem first, dude.
Well, the reason they had to outlaw dunking was because of Wilt at Kansas. And
they did it because of Kareem.
People don't realize how dominant Wilt was. They had to change the rules like 80 different times.
Another rule to get Wilt out of the paint.
Jordan in 93, 41 a game, 8.5 rebounds, 6.3 assists.
Yeah, I get that.
He played 46 minutes a game. He never came out. That's the best find. By the way, don't think I'm being...
His free throw percentage, 69.
Bad.
Yeah.
Michael is usually north of 80%.
But you could argue LeBron's averaging 36, 12, and 9.
Just so we're not
as many points.
Just so we're clear here, and people don't think I'm being a homer here.
It's more rebounds and assists.
Just so people don't think I'm being
against a better team, by the way.
And a Jordan jocker. I was rooting for the Suns in the series.
I know you were.
I wasn't rooting for Chicago.
But Golden State was 3 years ago. Jesus. It's hard to explain. Golden State 3 years ago, not this past finals just passed, but 2 more before that because we're getting closer to another finals, was better than any team Jordan ever faced in the finals. Sorry.
Probably.
Every Golden State team that they faced has been better than every.
Jordan had, once Bird and Magic got old and the Pistons got old, I mean, Jordan...
It was watered down competition. I'm not picking on Jordan. Look, Jordan's still the greatest player of all time, in my opinion. He's the GOAT. Him and Kareem and Russell are right there.
I got him co-GOAT.
I got him. I got a holy trinity. I got him. I got Russell. I got Kareem. Well, Kareem and Russell.
11 titles and 5 MVPs. I got to have him up in GOAT status.
Not to mention, people are always like, well, Michael Jordan won MVP and Defensive Player of the Year and All-Star MVP and Dunk Contest all in 1 year. I'm like, well, they didn't have a lot of those things because otherwise Bill Russell would have won like MVP and Defensive Player of the Year and Finals MVP in 5 different seasons together. You know what I mean? People don't realize.
I don't want to turn this into an 86 Celtics versus 96 Bulls thing. No, but this
you do this all the time. Like 86 Celtics. Who would cover Bird? Who would cover Walton?
No, we did that
when
last
he comes
week.
Off the bench.
We did that last
week.
week.
Look at that. So you just put Walton and Parrish out there together. Who covers them? Who covers them? Luke Longley can't cover them. I'm like, I get that.
No, we do that. No, we did that last week. I'm not doing this.
You do it every podcast.
Pretty much.
Like, we got more power, more acceleration. But who covers Bird, though? Who covers McHale if he covers Bird? Well, then who covers, you know what I mean? Well, then Walton comes off the bench.
You can't cover all of them. It was impossible. That's why they best team ever. But Rodman...
But you roll out a lineup of like all forwards and centers every time you talk about it. And it's like, okay, and then who covers the opposing team's point guards? Oh, you don't need speed. We got big, tall, white guys.
DJ covers all of them.
Well, but DJ's not in the game, according to you, because you're like, who covers Walton?
Listen, Dennis Rodman was on the 96 team, and after that championship, he said, this is a great team, but they wouldn't have beaten the 80s teams.
That's probably true. Look, the biggest thing about the 90s...
Dennis Rodman is going to his grave that 96 Bulls team doesn't beat his bad boy Pistons teams.
The biggest thing about
I agree with him.
Look, the biggest thing about the 90s is the league was watered down. That's not a knock on what the teams did. It's the same thing I tell you all the time when people say, not you, but people are like, the 60s, those teams were all 5'5" white guys. I'm like, first of all, it wasn't. It was still people who were still tall. And yeah, there might have been more white players, but regardless, there were still black players in the league. And on top of that, in the 60s, every team had 5 Hall of Famers, 4 Hall of Famers.
Which is why
it was condensed talent.
Which is why I think the 60s is underappreciated, and I've said that many times.
Right.
Even the bad teams had good players.
Everyone had good players. There were fewer teams. Take the league right now. What are there? 32 teams, right?
Way too many.
Cut it down to 12.
No, it's 30 teams.
There's only 30?
3 divisions.
14, yes, 30, sorry. There's 30
NFL's
teams.
32.
Yeah, there's 30 teams. Cut it down to 12. Dude, every team's the Golden State Warriors. Right?
Better league, right?
Right?
Better league, right?
Okay, pretend, ready? Philly and Milwaukee don't exist anymore. But the Celtics get their players. So now the Celtics have Giannis, Kyrie, Chris Middleton, Jaylen Brown, Ben Simmons. And you get my point?
Yeah.
Hayward. Oh, Hayward and Kyrie aren't healthy. That's okay. We have 6 other healthy All-Stars. You know what I mean? That's how every team was. Yeah. So I would say that the overall talent has risen over the course of years anyways. Like, there's more players that are better. Just like why they say guys don't hit 400 anymore. It's because every pitcher's better. And there's also specialized pitchers like closers and setup men and
right.
This isn't
a knock Ted Williams, but he didn't have lefty relievers coming out of the pen then. And
the 5th best starter now is infinitely better than the 5th best starter in the 40s. No one's ever going to hit 400. The 5th best starter in the 40s had an ERA of 6 and pitched 9 innings still. Again. So that means he always gave up 6 runs a game because they were like, just pitch the whole game. Doesn't matter if you suck. What?
No one's ever going to hit 400 again.
Probably not.
No one's ever going to hit 56 straight again.
It's almost impossible. No one's ever going to reach base 84 times in a row like he did.
That was Williams, right?
It's the same year that Joe DiMaggio hit 56. They say it's actually technically a harder streak. It just wasn't hitting, so no one cared.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. 84.
It's 84 games in a row, I believe.
No one ever talks about DiMaggio's streak. He hit in 56 straight, went hitless, and then had like a 30-game streak.
Yeah, like 27 or something, wasn't it?
Around 30?
Something like that.
So you're talking about like almost a 90-game hitting streak.
It's nuts.
Impossible.
It's nuts.
Impossible.
Well, it's possible he did it. But my point is, like, the 4th and 5th starters back then are not as good as the 4th and 5th starters now.
No.
Just there's more people that are better at the sports, which also the leagues have watered down by expanding. Every league is expanded.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. You're also getting talent from other places in the world. They weren't bringing in Cubans before. They weren't bringing in Euro players in the NBA in
They
the 50s.
were. It's not as
Not at the same
prominent.
level. It's different.
Like, they brought in El Tiante in the 60s. He was Cuban. You had Orlando Cepeda.
But
you
I mean,
Tony
the
Perez.
further you
had
go,
some Cuban guys.
right? The further back you go, it wasn't the same.
I know.
They're, like
Now there's like 10 on every team. So I get what
every
you're saying.
team is what, like 20% Dominican now?
Yeah.
But it wasn't like that in the 50s.
No. Mm-mm. All right. So I like the Celtics in 6. I don't know if I mentioned that yet.
I know you didn't.
I like the Celtics in 6 games, as beat up as they are. I expect them to play Philly in the second round, and I'll tell you right now, they're going to lose to Philly in the second round.
I picked the Celtics in 7, kidding around, but look, I said that, right? I picked both teams in 7. I think the Celtics could win. I don't know that they're going to win.
I don't either.
If Giannis goes off and the Celtics, you need Tatum and Brown to carry the team. I know you said it's their team. It is their team.
It is their team.
Horford has to.
He has to be more assertive offensively. We can't have these 8 points on 2 of 4 shooting from Horford to win the series.
2 of 4 you could have. You can't have Horford have 8 points on like 3 of 11. But if you have Horford scoring 8 points on like 4 of 7,
no, you need him like around 15 a game.
No, because listen, if Horford's playing good defense and he's scoring 8 points of 4 of 7, but has like 8 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists, you're fine. It depends what he doesn't have to be. He's not he's not a scoring assertive player.
You said
never has been.
You said if they have Giannis go off, I'm not doubting that he can. I know he can. I don't think the Celtics are going to let him. I think they're going to double and at times triple team him.
Okay, so what's going to happen with the rest of the team? Again, they got a lot healthier recently.
They're going to force him to make shots.
They got healthier.
Jabari's healthy today.
Jabari and Middleton are going to be... They're both going to rip their knees up.
That bet's not over, though. He had 25 last night.
He's still not as good as Wiggins. We have a bet that Andrew Wiggins versus Jabari Parker, who's going to be a better player. I picked Wiggins.
Was that a 5-year bet?
I thought it was a 6-year bet.
So 2020. So we got a couple more years, I think.
I'll have to check.
He's still in it because Wiggins isn't getting better. He's not.
Yeah, but Wiggins is so much better over the long haul if you really look at it. All Wiggins has to do is make one All-Star game and it's over. It's not going to happen. But...
I don't think he's going to.
No, I just said that. God.
So if Jabari makes the All-Star team next year, if he goes off and makes the All-Star team,
it could be over because
I'm ahead.
There's not a lot going on with these guys, but I think it's a 6-year bet. I'll have to check it for sure. Wiggins is still so young, man.
I wasn't crazy about him at Kansas.
Yeah, but last year he averaged 24, 4, and 2.3.
What was his shooting percentage?
Sucked.
What was his 3-point percentage?
35. Not bad. Not bad.
Really?
Yeah.
That's way better. That's way better than I thought, actually.
His free throw percentage was 76. He's had a lot of shooting struggles this year, and they don't go to him enough, and he's the kind of player that he's getting worse.
He couldn't shoot at Kansas. Embiid was the best player on that team. Well, fucking Andrew Wiggins. Get the hell out of here.
Fucking Andrew Wiggins.
You were all over. You were going into that draft. You're like Andrew Wiggins. I'm like Embiid is the best player.
Dude, it's the potential. Wiggins' is potential. It's like Simmons. I told you he has the potential. I told you. Those are the 2 guys I like the most coming out of the draft.
I said Ingram was going to be the best player in the draft.
If Wiggins is my miss, I'm okay with that because the 2 guys I've liked since we've known each other the most coming in the drafts have been Wiggins and Simmons. I told you that.
So is Ingram?
They have the most potential out of any of the players.
Is Ingram a miss at this point?
Ingram's not a miss. He's just
good player
for a number 2 pick though, kinda. It also depends on the pick. Like
who's
better, Jaylen Brown or Wiggins? Jaylen Brown or Ingram today?
It's close.
Who do you think's better today?
Like right now?
Like right now.
Brown gives you more on the defensive end.
So who's better right now? If you had to just take one of them and say, this is the guy I want on my team for this 7-game series.
Like 50.1 to 49.9 Brown.
And he's picked after.
I think Ingram's a better offensive player. Brown has gotten better offensively though. Yeah, like he averaged 16 a game this year.
I don't think Ingram's bad.
16, 5, and 4 is pretty good.
He's not a bum, dude, by any means. I just don't think he's as good as Jaylen Brown is. And also, I'm going to pull the Scotty, but he plays on a bad team, so all his numbers is crap. Doesn't matter. Of course, you're going to have good numbers when everyone's crap, so you got to put up 20 points a game.
That's true.
So context matters. Like I said, Monta Ellis scored 25 points a game and never made a fucking All-Star game.
Never made the playoffs either, did he? Golden State make the playoffs?
Did they make the playoffs once in was he on that team that made the playoffs and fucking beat
Dallas.
Dallas?
07. I don't know. No, that was Baron Davis.
Was Monta Ellis on that team too?
I don't know. It was
He
08.
was.
It was 07, 06, 07.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. You know who was the coach of that team?
Don Nelson.
Former Celtic, Don Nelson.
Look at this though. In 09-010, Monta Ellis averaged 25.5 points per game, 4 rebounds and 5.3 assists. Doesn't make the fucking All-Star team. How many players you've seen average 25 a game don't make the All-Star team?
Pull up that 07 team. They had...
Hold on, I will.
No, really quick. They had Baron Davis. They had Steven Jackson. No, you gotta click on the team. Gotta click on the team. Just scroll down.
It's a fugazi. There you went back.
Just click on the
Team
They had Baron Davis and Steven Jackson. I think they had Troy Murphy.
They were the perfect team to defeat Dallas.
Horrible matchup.
It was just matchup. That's all it was.
Horrible matchup.
Honestly. It's like they had beaten them all but one game in the regular season.
Matt Barnes was on that team.
Yeah.
Mike Dunleavy. Al Harrington.
Steven Jackson, like you said. Patrick O'Brien, who was
awful here.
Yeah, he was awful.
Air France. France.
I liked him
when he was with the Celtics.
I thought he was a good player. I thought
he was on that.
His legs had to go.
He was on that 2012 Grit and Balls team.
Grit and Balls.
That's officially the Grit and Balls team. They
KG.
went to Game 7 in the East Finals.
You should have won that East Finals.
They had a chance against OKC too. I don't think they were ready.
Well,
and plus you had playoff Rondo, and that's right. I said playoff Rondo.
Playoff Rondo. And James Harden shit the bed in that Finals.
Well, James Harden always shits the bed. That's why I don't like
that Finals. He was really young.
Part of the reason. Yeah,
they put a lot of pressure on him to.
Durant didn't have a great series. None of them really had a good series.
Well, there was a big.
They blew them out the first game.
Was it the second game? One of the games there was a big non-call.
They were in foul trouble.
There was a big non-call where I think Durant went in for a layup and LeBron fouled him, and they didn't call anything.
Oh,
they called it on one end and not the other.
That's it.
And it cost the game. And that series was over. That series was over after that game.
That series was David Stern. We have to get LeBron a fucking ring. That's what that was. That's what that series was.
I think they also look. I said this many times back then. Now, I've always held this opinion, and I've been proven to be. Well, I can't be proven to be true because it didn't ever happen. But I said you traded away James Harden, you just ruined a dynasty. Again, we went over this last week too. I don't think there's ever been 3 players that were top 5 potential players in the league on the same team ever. Hasn't.
The Celtics, I think, in the 60s had 3 top 10 guys.
But not top 5.
That was probably the closest.
And you have a chance that if Harden... Now, how would they have developed?
Well, they weren't then. You're talking about now.
Now. They could still be on the same team today.
I know.
Imagine them on the same team today. That OKC team is better than Houston. It's better than Golden State, obviously, because it's taking players from
them. In the mid-60s, you had Russell, Havlicek, and Sam Jones on the same team. That's pretty fucking good.
I know.
That's pretty good.
But Sam Jones...
And you always think, Sam Jones overrated. In the mid-60s...
No, he's good.
He's
a very good player.
Mid-60s, he's averaging 25, 26 a game.
He's a very good player. You didn't say he wasn't.
Obviously, Havlicek was a better player. But Sam Jones is a hell of a player. All right. We can come back to basketball next week. Want to talk about the Sox 9-2 start?
Sure.
Best in club history, which I was a little surprised. I thought they would have a better start in their books than that. Maybe like the 46 team with Williams, Dewar, DiMaggio, Pesky, those guys. So they're 9-2 after last night. They were up 4-0. I'm going to check the score now. Looking for a Red Sox score. Bruins are still up 3-1 on Toronto in the third. Red Sox are up. It must be pouring outside. They're up 6-0 and it's delayed. I don't know how deep they went to get it in to be an official game.
It was raining a little bit when I came in.
All right, so they got into the 5th, so it's going to be an official game. So they're up 6-0. So they're going to go to 10 and let me just make sure it's an official game. Can't read this. Does that say 5? All right, Porcello went 5, so it's an official game. So the Red Sox are going to go to 10-2, which is the best start in club history. Starting pitching, Chris has been good. Save for Price last night, who sucked. And he's got his excuse like my fingers hurt or whatever he said. Now your back's going to hurt.
Yeah. We were talking about it earlier, and I was like, my fingers hurt. and then Scotty and his brother like, well, now your back's going to hurt because you just put landscaping duty. Anyone else's fingers hurt? I didn't think so. It would have been so awesome. Down to the right here. It would have been so awesome if Price was like, my fingers hurt. And Cora was like, anyone else's fingers hurt?
Well, he has a Spanish accent. He's like,
anyone else's fingers hurt?
Hey, Chico. Anyone else's fingers hurt, Holmes?
I didn't think so. Yeah, now he's Mexican. Now he's a Mexican gangster. Hey, Holmes.
Hey, S.A.
It's like training day. You've had your shit pushed in.
Hey, S.A. Anybody else's fingers hurt, Holmes? All right. So the offense started slowly, but they've been better. Martinez is starting to hit. This team's going to hit better as the weather gets warmer. The Yankees are 6-6 right now. They're going to beat it. They're going to score 1 million runs.
Yankees going to win 90 games. Okay?
More than that.
Well, I'm just saying that's going to be their floor. Like, they're going to win 90.
Right.
The Red Sox are also going to win over 90.
Yes.
The Red Sox floor should theoretically be 93 wins. So they won the last 2 years, right? 93, 93?
Yeah.
That should be around where their floor is.
The Red Sox are going to win anywhere between, I would say, like 90 to 96. Somewhere in there. Yankees, I think, could go over 100 just because of the lineup. Once that lineup gets going and the warms up and Judge and Stanton get going, they're going to score a lot of runs.
This is the thing, though.
And that's the thing, too. Their bullpen, they got a good bullpen.
It's a lot better than the Red Sox. Red Sox have a lot better starting pitching, and the Red Sox lineup is not that inferior to the Yankees.
No, the Red Sox have a good lineup. It's a good lineup.
JD Martinez, just Dingers.
Good lineup.
If just Dingers Martinez, as people are calling him now, he says 2 home runs. If he
should have had another one.
If he is the player he's supposed to be, and Hanley's healthy, and actually produces, and
got hurt tonight,
Xander can be the guy we saw for those
off to a good start
first 7 games or whatever it was.
His swing doesn't look as loopy. I don't know what he did in the offseason, but it's working for him.
If you have all that, they're just Endeavors, Mookie's. They have a crazy good lineup, dude. They really do.
I wouldn't say crazy good. I wouldn't say like 03 Red Sox good, but they
okay, it's not historical, Scotty. They could score 850 runs.
What did they score last year? Go to Baseball Reference.
Do I even have to go to Baseball Reference? Can I just go?
While he's looking that up, granted, I was watching the hockey playoffs and watching a little bit of the NBA because there was like a lot of seeding up for grabs last night. So I wasn't paying particularly close attention to it. I did see the highlights of the brawl. The Yankees.
I didn't see the brawl.
I didn't see it live.
785 last year.
785. What did they? The year before, I know they scored more. Go to the previous year. They were well over 800. Ortiz's last year. If you can remember earlier in that
878.
If you can remember earlier in that season, they were scoring 20 runs a game, but like giving up like 18 a game.
For comparison's sake, because you love this team.
They had like 9 something.
The 03 team scored 962.
What did the 04 team score?
I think like just under 900.
950.
I think it was just under 900.
Like 950-ish.
No, was it?
Yeah.
949. Wow.
Yeah, I thought
that offense was better than that's why I think that's the best team. Didn't we talk about this?
The Orioles.
You picked the 03 team, right?
Yeah.
Craig picked the 07 team?
Yeah.
And I picked the 04 team. And I said you could argue the 13 team too. I know people don't like to hear that, but it's true.
I think they kind of caught lightning in the bottle.
Well, this is the thing. Every player had a good year.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't have career years. They just all had good seasons.
They had all very good seasons.
Look at this, though. 853 runs scored. Only gave us 66.
Plus 197.
Plus 197. That's damn good, dude. They were plus 2 something, right? Plus 210 in 2007.
I think 07 had the best differential.
Plus 180 in 2004. I don't even think 2003's differential was that good. Plus 153 2003. And then 2016, the differential was 184. It was a good team. They should have won further in the playoffs. Bruins must have scored again.
4-1. Sean Corrali.
Last year the Red Sox had differential of 117, which is not great, but it's not bad. They're already at like 30 something.
The Yankees finished second with a differential of almost 200.
Yeah, 26 this year right now. The Sox. That's absurd. I mean, they're not going to stay this hot, obviously. If they play 800 baseball, it's going to be a record. They're not going to win 130 games.
They haven't won 100 games since 1946.
Yeah.
Isn't that hard to believe?
No.
That is really hard to believe. Because they've had great teams the last 70 years.
97 is the most they won?
No, the
96?
04 team won. Actually, the 78 team won 99 if you want to go back that far. But in our lifetime, the 04 team won 98 games.
98, yeah. The 07 team won?
96, I think
96
they won.
or 7?
96.
96, wow.
Well, look. The 13 team was 97.
The Pythagorean theorem, the Red Sox are always like 3 games worse than they should be, and the Yankees are always like 5 games better than they should be based on the Pythagorean. Not always, but through the long course.
97 they won a few years ago. 5 years ago.
2013. I would like to see a 100-win season.
I just want to see the Yankees and the Red Sox hate each other again. And
they do.
And it looks like
it was awesome.
It looks like we're getting back there.
Looked like it actually mattered.
Because look, this is my biggest problem.
The past 5-6 years.
This isn't just baseball, though. This is my whole problem with the NBA specifically. I hate how in the NBA that they're all friends now. I hate that. I love the animosity.
Well,
I love the hatred.
Look,
I don't think it...
No. Stop for a second. We can criticize the players, but isn't it the league's fault, too?
Somewhat.
Hockey tries to take fighting out of the game, right? Compared to before?
Mm-hmm.
NBA, you can't foul anybody anymore.
It's because of the stupid concussions.
Because of flagrant. You can't hit anybody in football, that's true. You can't hit anybody. Not allowed. Pretty soon it's going to just be breathe on them football. Not even touch.
Basketball, psychouts.
And let's see.
What a psychout by
Devin McCourty. Yeah, I know. You'll actually have referees making judgments. Well, he could have possibly caught it with both feet in bounds, but that guy could have possibly made the tackle. Because we don't go by actually what happened, we go by what we thought could have happened. So he's down at the 1.
There are so many, so many of these rules so open-ended and open to interpretation, it's ridiculous.
Look, we talked about it earlier off the air. Hulk got spiked. Okay? Whether you agree or disagree, whatever.
Sure.
You can spike somebody, you're going to get beaned. Is that right?
You know what the difference was?
Is that right, though?
Yes. But a year ago...
Who fucking cares?
A year ago with Farrell, he would have waited 2 months to do it. Cora's like, fuck it, drill him. I love it.
Farrell would have actually beamed somebody on the Orioles. Hit Machado. that thing last year was ridiculous, by the way.
The Machado thing?
Yeah. But you should get beaned. And you know what? You charge them out, that's great. First of all, 5 and 6 games is not a horrible suspension. Should probably only be a couple games each.
Well, it's worse for a reliever because
when you see
it's actually going to cost you 6 appearances, whereas you're a starter.
You
don't miss 6 starts. You miss 1
nothing.
start.
Yeah. Realistically, though, did that get the team's juices flowing?
Oh, it's great.
Did that make it matter more?
Yeah.
Does that make it matter for fans more?
Yes.
It's good for the league.
Absolutely.
Why are you trying to take it out of the game?
Absolutely.
I want people doing home run trots and the next guy getting beaned. I want people spiking somebody.
Manfred should
I want people getting hurt.
Manfred should have a raging heart on in his pants about last night.
I mean...
And if he doesn't, there's something wrong with him.
Now, it would be considered Bush League what he did then now. The game needs more Pete Roses.
Ray Fosse's when you need him.
The game needs more Pete Roses. Am I right?
Yeah.
The game needs more Larry Birds. They need more...
This is Pete.
Put $8 grand on Rambis clotheslines. Am I wrong?
Put $8 grand on Golden State.
Do they need more Kurt Rambis clotheslines?
Oh, yeah.
They need more chokeouts. That Bird and
Dr.
J. Neither one of them will sign. They need more of those.
Because they won't sign it because they've always had a good relationship. That was the one time
that they flipped on each other.
And they both regret it.
Was that the time that Bird was just torching him?
42
He was 46?
No, 42 to 6.
Whatever it was 40.
They said... Danny Ainge... I've never gotten this verified by either of them. Danny Ainge said that the reason that whole fight happened, and my dad has told me this too, is Bird hit a shot over him and said it's time for you to retire or something, and Doctor got pissed off.
Well, around that time in his career, Bird was just talking so much shit to everybody. Because I was watching the 86 Celtics again, and they were just
special.
Yeah, I've seen it 3 times already. And they just kept talking about how At that point in his career, Bird's like, I'm going to do this to you, and then I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to fake you, and you're going to go that way, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to lay it in. And then they go down there and they do it. The Xavier McDaniel one's the best. He's like, I'm going to go right here, and I'm going to shoot it in your face. This is going to be wet. We're going to win the game. And then he goes down and he hits it, and he's like, damn, I didn't mean to leave 0.2 seconds on the clock. Whatever he says.
No, the best one was, my favorite was...
Merry fucking Christmas.
No, and I got this verified by someone who was at the game on one of my trips to Chicago. Because he was a season ticket holder. But I think it was the 87 season. They were playing the Bulls in Chicago, and Bird wanted tickets for his friends and family, and they were out of tickets. And he was pissed. So he said to Doug Collins, like, I'm going to break the scoring record in this building tonight. I'm pissed. I couldn't get, tickets. So Doug Collins started the game with Ben Paquette on him, just like a slow white guy with like a mullet and a mustache and everything. So Bird is laughing, and he yells over to Doug Collins, Ben Paquette, you fucking kidding me? And he proceeded to have 35 in the first half. He didn't break that record because I think Wilt held the record with 70 something. So
yeah, Bird was awesome shit talking.
It was an awesome period.
Yeah, he was possibly the best shit talker of all time.
He also made the best damn driveway you ever seen in your life.
Yeah, that's how he fucking ruined his career. But I didn't pay for it.
Basically. All right. NFL drafts is in a couple of weeks.
I can't go off Friday, by the way. If we're going off the draft, it has to be Thursday. Unless we're going to watch him pick 7 picks in the third round. Fourth round, whatever. Third
Why?
day.
What do you got that Friday?
I got a movie I'm going to. Already pre-bought.
Okay. We can do Thursday.
We gotta have to go out and actually see if they make. They usually don't have first round picks, or they're trading down. So we've been skipping.
They either get stripped of them or they trade out.
We trade down. And again, they might trade down both of them this year, and they'd be like, we have 7 seconds now. I'll be like, fuck, I'm gonna miss the second round probably.
Yeah, we can do that. What do you want to do, Salem?
Yeah.
All right.
Call Wings for picks.
Sure.
Wings for picks.
Wings for picks. I'll call Tom, see if he wants to.
Look, I don't even want a quarterback. I see your notes. I don't want a goddamn quarterback.
The only thing that bothers me
get the new Ginn in the third round or fourth round if you can. That's fine.
The only thing that bothers me about not going out Friday is if they take a quarterback in the second round, I'm not going to be able to record your reaction. That's the only bad thing.
Dude, I'll fucking video it for you.
All right.
And it'll be my face, it'll be in between that face and the Orioles hat face.
I wish we had a simulcast so I could show you guys what O'Keefe did. This is what you did. I'll just replay it for you.
I was pissed, man. I still don't think people understand how bad of a draft pick that was. I get it, you got your second rounder back, and Jimmy G looks like a good quarterback, and that was never my contention, that the kid wasn't good. My contention was
you don't. Some titles. They won 2 titles.
But you don't know if they could have won another one in between. Maybe they have another extra defensive player that can stop fucking Peyton I can't throw Manning.
Maybe a linebacker that doesn't get beat on wheel routes from tight ends. Yeah.
Yeah, who knows? We don't know. You know what I mean? We don't know because we have an extra draft pick. Now, granted, you could say that Jimmy Garoppolo helped save them a championship in 2016. I'd take that argument.
He contributed.
Contributed a game and a half of starting. Good for him. Won 2 games.
And he was very good.
Jacoby Brissett won some games.
He won exactly 1 game.
And he finished the Miami game.
That's true. I mean, they almost blew it, but he almost finished it. All right. They've been linked to Lamar Jackson.
No.
You know how I feel about those kind of quarterbacks? I'm not going to say it on the podcast, but you know how I feel about those kind of quarterbacks.
Guy doesn't like guys that can't throw.
All right? I don't want any of this read option college crap. No. Russell Wilson's different. Russell Wilson, everyone's like, oh, but Russell Wilson can throw the fucking football in the pocket. Okay?
I don't want Mason Rudolph either. You have Mason Rudolph right, and I don't want him. I don't.
He's not again. It's not
because he's not again. The guy I want is the guy next year who's already, unfortunately, now considered the best prospect for next year's quarterbacks.
Oh.
It's like Samuelson, Erickson, or Leaf fucking Vikingson, or whatever his name is. I told you about it before.
No, Leif Erickson.
No. I'm kidding. I can't remember the guy's name. It's like Thorson or something. He's a quarterback 2 years from now. Hold on.
Oh, my God. Here he goes.
That's the guy I told you before, last year, who I wanted. Never going to fucking get the guy's name right. I'm so bad. We were talking about fucking numbers earlier. I don't remember goddamn numbers for shit. They're like, oh, what's Jaylen Brown's number? I'm like, 5? You're like, that was KG. I'm like, damn it. That was KG.
5-1 Bruins. So much.
I don't want a goddamn mock
So
draft.
much for my Leafs in 7 talk.
You don't know that. It's game 1, dude.
Yeah, I know. Question: while you're looking that up, has Belichick lost his team?
Kinda. It's never good when you lose your planet
Dude,
players,
come on, kinda.
Yeah, kinda.
I need more than kinda. You can't be kinda pregnant. You're either pregnant or you're not. Yes or no.
There it is. Oh, they haven't moved on to 2 now. That's cool. Clayton Thorson. Told you. Thorson. I'm Thorson. He's a fucking big Viking, dude. He can throw. I like it. Probably fucking crushed his backhands on his head. He's like old Brady when old Brady was Brady.
Brady's never gonna be.
I am Clayton Thorson. Look at that. Same height and weight, too. 6'4", 225. I am Clayton Thorson.
Brady's 6'5".
No, Brady's 6'4".
6'5".
Brady's 6'4".
6'5".
Want to make a bet on it? Bet you 5 wings, Brady's 6'4".
No, I'm not betting no fucking wings. Got to go out on a fucking Thursday and I got to get up to work the next
Tom
time.
Brady height, 6'4".
Well, whatever.
Drew is 6'5", so is Peyton.
Brady's kids got howitzers.
Peyton's kids got needle dicks.
That's what they.
I don't get his arm, right? Because he get all them teeth and no toothbrush. Dude, I'm sorry. That was the worst thing ever when Barstool put that out. Pictures of Brady's naked kid on the beach.
Oh, dude. I was still working like nights, a couple of nights a week then, and we were laughing about it. I was supposed to be calling.
It was like the worst thing ever. I was like, dude, what the fuck is this? Like, I don't want to see Brady's kid naked. He's 3 years old on a beach. Like,
Brady's kids got houses.
I wonder if the pictures are still on the internet.
Big Daddy got pencil dicks.
That was awesome. See, they must have taken it off the internet.
Why is Marsha Brady?
So, anyways, I think it was
Who's that?
Trump. See, I actually used to like Trump before he was president, before he ran and stuff. I was like, this guy's ridiculous.
Do you know
So
why,
at
you
the
know why-
time, it was Barstool.
You know why Craig likes him though, right?
Because he
He doesn't even care about politics. He was a fan of his from WWE and The Apprentice, and like he's like, oh, the Donald. He's like, the Donald is president.
reality
This
show.
is awesome.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I mean, he kind of doesn't know what he's doing, Craig.
He doesn't know what he's doing at all.
And I would still vote for him again.
It was, David Portnoy, Barstool Sports. Somehow they got leaked photos of Brady's kid naked on a
This
beach.
is back in like fucking
2010, 11? 2011. Okay. And they posted photos of it on the internet. And then his column about it was making fun of, talking about how Brady's kid has a huge dong. And it has got howitzers. And how Peyton Manning's kids have needle dicks.
No, pencil dick.
Pencil dicks. It was hilarious.
All right. Now that we've talked about Peyton Manning's junk, I think we could call it a night. We're right up
Great
around
pizza.
120.
Papa John's.
It's fucking terrible pizza. I guarantee you, like Pizza Hut's a new sponsor now. Peyton will do a Pizza Hut commercial by September. Promise you.
Think so?
Guaranteed.
Oh, dude, the thing that pissed me off, and I mean, you knew he was from China anyways, because there's no way he would have got away with that. Like, he was like,
I just
endorsing
want a
Bud Light.
Yeah. I didn't care.
I did. I was like, dude, come on, just for a second, enjoy the moment, and not try to like pitch me because you just won the Super Bowl. I just won the Super Bowl. I think I need me a Bud Light. No, dude.
Hey, at least Peyton's pushing Bud Light instead of like
He was like, you should invest in.
instead of like concussion water and like cookbooks and all that nonsense. Yeah, exactly.
So Peyton's
Okay.
like, if you drink yourself to death, you won't have to die from concussion syndromes.
All right, thanks for tuning in. Be sure to check us out on the Chris and Cash podcast on YouTube and
Draft a linebacker, draft a safety, a cornerback, everything defense. Everything.
Yep.
Maybe an offensive tackle. And
left tackle if one's there. It's not a great draft for left tackles.
No, that's the problem. And anything else on offense, really?
Quarterback.
Tight end.
Quarterback.
No.
Mason.
We got Nicholas, by the way. I like that guy. I always like that guy coming out of college. I'm sure that's in the email chains.
That's great. I don't care if they got Jack Nicholas playing tight end. They need to draft a tight end.
No, I'm just saying. It's protection. Still don't know why Dwayne Allen's on the roster.
No, condoms protection.
Dude, don't be snorting condoms.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you next week.